Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. So now in today's video, I'm going to be basically talking about how to dominate Arena and start doing way better in Arena, whether it's getting more kills or just winning more game or whatever the case is, whatever you kind of want to do to help start improving and getting better in Arena. So if you're looking forward to this video, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and let's get right into the video. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find a solid drop spot. Now, even in my opinion, if you're W keying and playing super aggressive, you're still going to want to land at the spot you normally land for tournaments or whatever the case is, or even just like some POI. So for example, like in a tournament, I normally land Craigie, so that's where I decide to land during Arena. That way I still fight people off spawn because it's somewhat populated, as well as if no one goes there, then it's not a big deal too, right? So what I recommend doing is, even if you're W keying, maybe not the best idea to just absolutely straight up like W key or just land at hot drop, right? Like play it like you would in a tournament. If you play a little bit more passive, play a little bit more passive. Even if you W key in Arena, doesn't mean you have to land somewhere that's W key in Arena, right? That way it's just like if you land somewhere that's W key, like hot drop, you just have a more chance of dying, which then obviously anything can happen. You might not get good RNG. So if you play a little bit more passive and just land where you normally land or wherever the case is, well, then it's going to go a lot better for you. So the next tip I'm going to say, and this one is a big one, I've talked about it in tons of previous videos and basically every single tip guide, but you really do need to start practicing and improving your mechanics. If you don't have good enough mechanics and you don't have the best aim, you don't have the best editing, you don't have the best build, or even good of any of them, well, then you're not going to be able to dominate Arena and get as many kills as you want and win as many games, right? If you just are an average editor and have average aim or average building and average IQ and everything like that, well, then how can you expect to absolutely clobber every single one you come across, right? So what you need to do is you need to start improving your mechanics, and I've made tons and tons of videos on it before. I can make some new videos on it again if you guys want, like how to improve your aim, how to improve your editing, but like you just need to improve your mechanics, because having good mechanics is, in my opinion, so important. Well, not more important than game IQ, but it's so important that you have at least somewhat good mechanics, because if you don't, well, then it's going to be almost impossible for you to start winning fights and killing any single person that you fight against, right? If you actually have great mechanics, well, then you can start rolling over people. You're going to feel more confident in yourself, you're going to feel more confident in your ability. But if you don't have good mechanics, you're not going to feel confident, and you're probably not going to do as well. So similar to improving your mechanics, you need to become better at fighting overall. And against popular belief, you might have good mechanics, but you may still not be able to W key and kill people efficiently. So a lot of people you'll see will literally grind 24/7 in creative, but then one time when they go into Arena or they go into solos and they try and W key, they just don't do that well. And the reason for that is, yeah, you have really good mechanics, but you don't actually practice your W key, you don't practice your fighting enough, which then will cause you to not become as aggressive as you possibly can be, and you won't be as good if you're not being aggressive, right? So you basically need to learn how to fight as many people, because if you're hopping in Arena and you can barely even win a fight, well, then obviously you're not going to be able to dominate, you're not going to be able to win the games, you're not going to be able to get high kills. So what you need to do is you need to start practicing W keying. You have to start practice being aggressive and winning fights. So there's a couple ways you can do that. Number one is literally just hop into Arena and W key. I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive that to become a better W key in Arena, you need to W key in Arena. But not only that, you can W key in normal solos. Another good way is literally just go into Zone Wars in the creative map and just W key in that. Or you can play a lot of box fights or 1v1 build fights in creative against your friends or people you find through Discord. That way it'll help you improve not only your mechanics, like I said, but actually in-game fighting. The best way I'd say is probably, like I said, W keying through Arena or solo or the Zone Wars. But yeah, doing something like that, which will allow you to win more fights, be more confident in fights, will actually allow you to translate over into Arena, and you'll feel way more confident in Arena. You'll feel like you know what you're doing. When you're getting in a fight, you're going to be like, okay, I know what to do. I've done this a thousand times, so it's not that big of a deal. So like I said, improve your overall fighting by either W keying in Arena, W keying in solo, or practicing in creative with like box fighting or 1v1. So when you actually want to start dominating Arena or doing well or winning games, I know I speak about W keying all the time and practicing W keying and winning fights and pushing everyone you see, but there's a time to push people and there's a time to play smart, right? Like if you're just a brainless W keyer who literally every time you see someone, you shoot at them and you W key up, right? That's not what I'm talking about W keying. Like you need to be a smart W keyer. So what I mean about that is there's times to not push people. Like obviously in the most case scenarios, yes, push people and get in the practices of fighting. But if you're low HP, like you're at 90 HP or 80 HP, or you have 100 mats, or I don't know, like zones really far away and like there's someone close to you, don't W key. Like that's not a smart W key, right? It's important that you realize that if you're practicing W keying, that's one thing, but if you're not ready for the fight or you're at a huge disadvantage, it doesn't matter how good you are or what the practice is, right? Just don't W key. Like practice fighting people that are smart. Like I said, there's prime examples. If the zone's super far away, like let's say you're in Craigie and the zone's all the way at, I don't know, like Sweaty or something like that, right? Which isn't too far, but it's still far away, and the circle's already moving. If you see someone close to you, don't fight. Like there's no reason to fight them, right? If they shoot at you and they start W keying you, go ahead, fight them. But I'm saying there's no reason to push someone if the zone's super far away. Same thing with if you're at 100 mats. Don't just push someone if you're at 100 mats. Play a little bit smarter, go farm up, and then worry about like fighting, right? So don't just W key mindlessly. Make sure you're W keying like actually intelligently. My next tip is a big one, and it's if you're not doing well, take a break. I don't know how many people I see, like my clients or people I work with or even my friends, who will die, I don't know, 5-6 games in a row, or even like I said myself a little bit, who will die 5-6 games in a row, get 0 kills, die off spawn, and just be super frustrated, and then just not know what to do. So they just keep playing it, keep W keying, keep dying, getting more and more mad, losing a ton of points, just getting more frustrated, and you're not really improving right then, right? Like you're not really getting better. If you're just W keying mindlessly, you're frustrated with yourself, you're not playing well, you're not getting any better. So what you need to do is if you start to do bad, you start to die quite a bit, or you die like 6 games in a row off spawn, just take a break. Now you don't have to get off Fortnite. You can do multiple things. You can hop in creative, work on your box fights, work on your build fights. You can hop in a call with your buddies, chill with them, play some zone wars, play some solos or duos, whatever the case is. But don't just like keep playing it, right? The more angry you get, the worse you're gonna play, and the worse it's gonna get, right? Like if you're already angry and you just keep dying, you're just gonna get even more angry, right? So take a break. If you're not doing well, just take a break. Don't force yourself to keep playing. I know a lot of you guys are saying like, well, I want to improve fighting. How am I supposed to improve if I'm not playing? Trust me, you're not improving right now. Just take a break. Another thing you can do to actually start improving and getting better in arena, and yes, I've talked about this tons of time, but a lot of you guys still don't really understand it or like what to do properly, and it's you need to VOD review and you need to see what you're doing wrong and why you keep dying. So there's literally like you could have died to so many things that you just don't realize, right? Like you need to go back and watch your gameplay and see how you died. Yes, you can even do this in a normal arena. It doesn't have to be in a cash cup. It doesn't have to be in a big tournament. You can literally do this in a normal arena. Go back and watch why you died. Like clip it with some game clip, I don't know, an Elgato or PS4 share or whatever the case is, right? Whatever you're using, game clip it, watch it over, and actually look for what you did wrong. Like so many people will say, well, Wraith, I don't know like what to VOD review, like what do I look for, what do I spend my time on, like I don't know what I'm supposed to like actually look for, right? And all you have to look for is literally what did you do? What did you do wrong, and what could you have done better? There's multiple things that cause you to die in a fight. Did you make a bad edit? Like for example, should you have done a right hand peek instead of a window edit? Well, then you need to write that down or remember it so the next time you don't do that same edit. Did you miss a bunch of shots? Well, then clearly you know that you need to start improving your edit or your aim a little bit more. You have to play more Kovacs. You have to play more aim maps, whatever the case is. Did you make a bad rotate? Like, did someone push you way out of the storm? Like, for example, that Craigie and sweaty spot that I was talking about. Were you in Craigie because you took too long to loot up? Well, then clearly you need to loot up a little bit quicker, become a little bit quicker while you're looting, find a quicker loot path or rotate quicker, because if you don't, well, then that's going to happen multiple times. So what you need to do when you're VOD reviewing is you actually have to look at why you died, break it down and write it down or remember it, and try not to do that same mistake again. Like I said, there's always something you could have done, unless you get like DC'd or like something like that. Obviously it's out of your control. Or if you get literally, you make a good edit and he just spams through the wall with an SMG and 200 to 0 you. Obviously there's not much you can do in that scenario, but I'm going to say 95% of scenarios, there's something you could have done that would have helped avoid that fight, would have helped avoid you getting 85 damage shot to chest or get 180 or 200 or whatever the case is. There's something you could have done that you didn't do. So try and look back and figure out what that was so you don't make the same mistake again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you slap a like button on it. Comment what you want to see for a future video. Hit that subscribe button. Use creator code WraithFN in the item shop. And make sure, like I said, if you guys have any video ideas you want to see, I'm always reading your guys' comments, always replying to your guys' comments. So let me know down in the comments and I will actually look through all of them. And if I see a cool video idea, I'll make sure to do it and throw your name up there for a shout out. So see you guys in the next video. Peace.